Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of relating fractions and decimals. This is standard 4.2G in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 36 off the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have Miss Briona. She has a pitcher that comes in 3 75 hundredths quarts of lemonade, which decimal is equivalent to this number. So let's take this number right here, and let's see if we can break that down into a decimal. So we've got 3 75 hundredths. And notice how I'm saying that. 3, so you say your whole number, because this is a mixed number, and then we're saying 75, and that's going to be very important, that and hundredths. That THS lets me know that we are dealing with a fraction, but that hundredths is going to be important. Anytime that you can get your denominator of a fraction to either be tenths or hundredths, in 5th grade you'll go all the way to the thousandths. So if you can get 1,000 to be your denominator, it's a really easy transition over to decimals. So you notice that I've got a decimal right here. This word and, we reserve it for decimals. We reserve it just for decimals. So if you're saying the number 709, we don't say 709. We reserve this and for a decimal, so that's just like 709. So 3 and lets me know I've got a decimal right there. So I could build my place value chart around that word and. So to the left of our place value chart is our ones place. Now we've got 75 hundredths. We need to know what our place value goes to after our decimal. So I've got our tenths place right here. And you notice it's not tens, it's tenths. And then I've got my hundredths place, and that's where I'm wanting to go, because you notice that I've got my hundredths right here as my denominator of my fraction. So how am I going to build this 3 75 hundredths? Well, I'm going to build it just like this. 75 is basically 7 tens and 5 ones, so when we're dealing with fractions, 75 hundredths is 7 tenths and 5 hundredths. So this right here, 3 75 hundredths, is the exact same as 3 75 hundredths as a mixed number. And once in 4th grade we figure out how to relate fractions and decimals, life becomes a little bit easier. So we see that as our answer right here as G. Let's take a look to see what these other ones look like. F. So this at least has a 3 in the ones place, but take a look at this. This goes over 1, 2, 3 place values. That 3rd place value right there is the thousandths. That's what you get into in 5th grade. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So what this is this is 3 75 thousandths. So it's got 1 too many zeros. Now, this H right here, you see also goes 3 spots over. So tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, it sounds kind of weird because when you say it, you say 375, you say the whole numerator, and then you say thousand. So we even say 100 within a decimal. 375 thousandths. Problem with this, take a look at my ones place. I need a 3 in the ones place. That's given me a 0. So that's why that is incorrect. That, and it went to the wrong spot. And then J is just all over the place. This goes to the ones, tens, hundreds. So we take that whole 300. That's our whole number for a mixed number. And then we've got our 75 hundredths. So that's 75 hundredths, which is what we need. But as you can tell, my whole number shifted from 3 to 300, which is way too large. So J is incorrect. The answer we are looking for is 3.75 G.